Hello and welcome back to the channel, everybody. My name is Dark Sage Walker, and I am going to be today trying out a build that is very different from the normal builds that I typically do. And this one was actually suggested on my Discord server. This was brought up by a non-misfit, and I'm not gonna lie, I've been kind of sitting on this one for a while, partially because it requires one of these starting cursed relics that I'm not a big fan of. Oh, pardon me. And of course, it's gonna be impossible to find. But also partially because I know he and I have very different tastes on our play styles. Like, I am not generally a fan of the defensive status effect centric playstyle, but that seems to be his jam. So I've been sitting on this mostly because I'm just not big on this style of gameplay. But I am going to try it. The doubled enemy spawns should make it so that the level rope powers up faster, but it does also present a serious issue in that of course there's more to have to deal with. How did you have so much health? I am confused. But yeah, having to rely on status effects like this to get the job done feels very antithetical to what I typically like to do. So you'll forgive me if I feel not only a little nervous, but also a little just kind of understandably taking things a little bit slow. I'm also really not a fan of the toxic bolas as the signature, especially knowing what I know about how the signature bolas no longer overlap, which creates a little bit of an issue for me, as and one of the ways that I like to use the toxic bolas is to essentially just shotgun the spread shot of bolas into a boss's face for huge damage. That can no longer happen, and to me, it lowers the usefulness of the bolas by quite a few points. Now, I'm well aware that there are plenty of people out there that disagree with my take on it. And, you know, they're welcome to their differing opinion. Yeah, I didn't think that was going to last long. I'm going to give it a second try, but understand that this is not my type of build. So, spending most of my time running away from the enemies and just hoping that they don't catch me, this is not for me. Like, I'm not even that big of a fan of the level rope, to be honest with you, because it leaves you short on your stats for a very long time during the run. Like, even... Oh, hey, I forgot to grab the thing that doubles the enemy spawns. Hold on. Like, that in and of itself is a problem because I am outputting very little damage. What's the book do? Oh, yeah, that's not cool. I mean, unless you're doing a pride run, then it's perfectly fine. Now, I want you to understand, I don't necessarily hate the idea of this build, it's just not for me. But I am going to try it. And obviously I'm trying it right now. Okay, let's give this one more shot. Okay. So yeah, the enemies might have less health, but it doesn't change the fact that there's double of them, and the idea that I'm starting doing half damage is a real issue. And again, I'm aware that this playstyle is definitely a good few people's jam. It's just not mine. So I know what I should take because of the pandemic pouch, but honestly, there's a few things there I would rather have. I don't know, because of there being doubled enemies and twice as many chances to gain some money, I can probably afford both, but I also theorize, though, that if I can just make it past the first couple of floors, I should be okay. But that is kind of a big ask at the moment. God damn it. And trying to do this run comes at a very awkward time for me as well, as I'm feeling my mental state deteriorate a bit. And for anyone who's wondering why my mental state is deteriorating, let's just say things at work are not going smoothly. And I'm just going to leave it at that because I'm not trying to drum up drama or, get pity from anyone. It's just how I'm feeling. Let me wait until I find Anders. So we're taking that. We're taking that. Not that I know if the Token of Elegance does anything. There we go. I'm gonna go with that. Even though I think it's kind of a bad idea, but simultaneously it's got its place. And I do have the merchant's cart now, so I'm just hoping a little bit of extra damage output helps. I mean, okay. Okay. So the run is starting to come into its own, but I would be lying if I said that I was feeling super comfortable using this. I think it's very clear that I have a very different idea on how a run should go. Like, I just don't like the idea of running away from enemies and letting status effects do the job. I just don't like it. Now, I don't know what upgrading the robe does, but at least in the case of this robe. But what's done is done, and hopefully it has a positive effect. You'll also find that because of my mental state, I'm just not very talkative at the moment. For all of the above, I definitely apologize. I know it's not fun to watch someone who's normally super talkative and jumpy, like, being very quiet and contemplative, but I am working on it. going to schedule a visit to. Let's see. Do I even want this? It'll improve my basics, so what the hell? And I need that to survive. Now see, this is what I like to do, and it used to be that the damage from the different bolas overlapped and created an effect that could do a good deal of damage. With that no longer being the case, I'm just not too big on this particular Arcana. Tidal Blast is a good get-off-me option, so I'm taking that. Damn it. Okay, we made it past that. I mean, I'll take it, but I'm probably not going to use it, let's be fair. On the note of something more positive, at least the weather is nice. Like, it's currently a little after 8 a.m. and the temperature is about... hold on, temperature is right around 55, 60, so feeling pretty good outside. Unfortunately, I have to keep the window closed right now because there's some goofy asshat out there who's running a lawnmower. And I'd like to point out that no, it's not a problem, especially since, you know, I am living in an apartment building, and you know they've got to take care of their business too. But I just don't like listening to lawnmowers while I'm trying to get shit done. Which puts me right up there with like in the 98th percentile of that type of person. So I'm not saying I'm special in that regard. None of us like to have to listen to lawnmowers while we're trying to get work done. Of course. Hey, could you guys maybe not be complete assholes? Just saying, it makes my job harder. So, the Tapping Glove and Pazu's favorite hat are definitely the standouts there. I'm Pazu's favorite hat mostly because I know that this is the type of run that tends to kick my ass. And I have no issue stepping outside of my comfort zone. Oh man. But this is more than a step outside of my comfort zone. Like, this is a run that's like an entirely different category. Like, this is an entirely new zip code I'm working out of, so you have to be a little patient with me. So that would be the other reason why I'm a little quiet right now, is that this run is something that's... I can confidently say that, yeah, I have no problem with the retro floor plan now that I'm actually working with it, but I would much rather be working with it on a run built on my own terms. Like, doing it as part of a run where you have to use status effects as something other than just something to kind of help out, I don't know. It's not grabbing me. And again, that is through no fault of the designer. That is just, you've got your way of doing things, I've got mine. And I'm sure the kind of aggressive, kind of speed around, high damage style of play that I do probably looks almost like, you know, playing a barbarian in D&D in comparison to some of the other things that are out there, but I mean, I can't help what I like. And she's still not helping me with what I have, with what I'm trying to upgrade. Thanks a lot, Iris. Alright, well, let's grab the hat. Now, I get the idea behind the run. You have... Oh, do I care about Tattered Scroll? Honestly, with this signature, not really. I'm just gonna move on. But yeah, with the... the idea behind the run is you have the retro floor plan to make the level rope power up faster. And then the... And then the other idea is that because the enemies have a lowered health pool, the idea is that the status effects are going to have a more meaningful impact. That having been said, I could easily run the same thing without the pandemic pouch, and probably still get a lot of the same effect from it. Like I said, I'm not going to be disrespectful to the designer of the run because I'm not that kind of person. I am going to run this the way that they had entailed, so I'm not going to get rid of the pandemic pouch. But yeah, to kind of explain a little bit further, I could have had the Poem of Fiery Rhyme, but oh well. So this might be a bad thing, as it would increase my cooldowns for all of my other Arcana. That having been said, I will take it. What do we have here? Okay, well, I'm definitely going to want the Pathfinder's knapsack. I'm probably going to want the Assassin's Blade as well, but I also want to wait and see if Iris is going to offer me anything of use. Of course. That's embarrassing. I mean, kind of. Get the Thundering Chain upgrade, which is nice. Well, that seems awfully fast for that spell. And once again, I am in need of a health potion. Thanks, game. That's exactly what I wanted. Hunter's Stiletto is very good for this type of build. I'm totally down for that. And yes, I can afford that, so I'm going to grab it. Lame. And at least the retro floor plan doesn't affect the bosses. It'd be weird if it did. Jewelry box would be nice. I'm gonna have to come back to that when I have money. Right now, the problem is that I have very little in the way of cash. Okay. Oh, there's the boss room. Nice. So this, just as a question to ask out of curiosity, and because I don't know, I'm just curious, but what exactly is the appeal of these status effect focused playstyles? Like, I'm just not sure I necessarily understand. That's not me trying, like, being confrontational or anything. I'm just very curious because it's never been something that I thought that I would want to do. I mean, obviously, I'm much more the aggro kind of high damage critical hit player, so I tend to use speed and, when applicable, status effects, but I don't rely on them. It's even one of the things that I gave Radiant Beat some flack for, is that unless it's hitting with shock, it's really not all that worthwhile. It's odd. That particular move I thought would be great, and it turns out I like Radiant Knockout better. I don't know, maybe something's wrong with me. And as I stated earlier, there is something wrong with me. Okay, I think it's time to go get that jewelry box and start trying to regain some health here. Of course, the only thing I can really point to that I would want to get rid of is the Pandemic Pouch. And I already said that I'm not getting rid of that, so I guess... Let's see. I think Assassin's Blade is the only other really expendable thing. And as we all know, I really don't want to get rid of that. But don't really have a choice. Wow, Iris, you really don't want to power up Bouncing Surge, do you? And that's the one I've been most looking forward to getting powered up because I feel like it's kind of necessary at the moment. Of course. Okay, Gloves of Patience was a bad idea. I need my other spells right now. Oh, this run is painful for me. Oh yes, I feel like I'm very much in trouble right now. Yeah, thank you, Thundering Chain, for just stopping at the damn wall. That's definitely what I wanted. She will not power up Bouncing Surge. She just will not. Oh, this run is very stressful for me. I do think Gloves of Patience is was kind of a turning point here. And I think that was definitely a bad idea. There we go. That should at least help a little bit with the cooldown problem. Not much, but it'll help. Okay, let me see here. And again, I know the things that I would drop in order to make use of the Mimic, but I'm also well aware that what I would drop is not the same as what the creator would drop, so I'm trying to stay as true to what the creator put together as possible, but it's starting to become more and more difficult to do that, as I don't really like this reliance on status effects idea. And I've gone on record as saying that I can't stand the idea of everyone is just worse. Ugh. Alright, so let's put down over here what I'm going to be saving. Which, yes, is most of it, but yeah, I probably should have waited to pick up the Adorable Mimic until after the boss battle, but oh well. See, right now I'm more on survival mode than I am in min-max mode, so feel free to yell at me in the comments if you think that's going to make you feel better. Right now I'm just trying to survive. Okay, I'm actually kind of surprised that I've made it this far. Between poor mental state and, you know, working with a build that's very much not my normal jam, I thought for sure that I would just be getting destroyed. And to be fair, there are a couple of times where I probably should have gotten destroyed, you know, because I suck. Wow, she hates the idea of powering up my bouncing surge. Like, not just hates, but absolutely loathes the idea. Like, she does not want to. She does not want to level that up. Now, the fight with Sewer is part of the reason why I don't like builds that focus on status effects, because he's immune to all of them. So you'll notice what's doing damage right now isn't shock, burn, or poison, it's just pure, unadulterated blunt force trauma. Okay, well, there, I managed to do it, but it was not easy, and I'm certainly not thinking that I feel accomplished. And again, it's not because of the run, or the build, I should say. The build itself is definitely someone else's ideals being implanted onto me, and the only part of it that I agree with is actually the retro floor plan and using the level rope. Everything else felt really out of place, and picking up the Glove of Patience was not doing me any favors that time. But I did it, and I suppose I should stop complaining now and maybe go seek help for my depression. But thank you guys very much for watching. I definitely appreciate you taking the time to tune in to me essentially just complain nonstop. My other videos are generally a little bit going less into the complainy side of things, so if you're thinking you want to see that, or if you don't have a problem with me complaining, subscribe to the channel to see more, drop a like, leave a comment, hit up my social media, which is in the description. Also in the description is a link to a poll for which song you want me to analyze for Wizard of Metal, which I have a lot of fun with, and I hope you guys do too. Hopefully it helps you discover some new music. And until next time, my name is Dark Sage Walker, and I will be seeing you.